Okay, just did some estate sailing, and I think I'm going to start putting some videos up of stuff I buy at estate sales. Everybody's telling me I should. I've been doing it for eons, so I'll start doing it. This cabinet was a $15 estate sale find the other day. I was looking for one to put my vintage test equipment in. Pretty much everything in here is estate sale stuff, and a lot of this has been in past videos. The Mercotronic ignition that tests coils and different things like that. It has a 7.5 volt battery, so I got an iCat in there and a charger, and that has all the manual and everything. I got this. The guy had racks and racks of these, brand new, never out of the box. Whoops, dropping things, but see that it's still in the plastic. Got the little booklet for it. The growler, which I've shown in past videos working. That which I've shown in past videos, and the Heathkit oscilloscope, which also has the manuals there and the cables there. That's welding wire for my welder. But this was an estate sale find, and paid $5 for this. It's brand new, never been used. Set it on the floor here. So if you have one of these old Chrysler, GM, or Ford cars from the about mid-70s to well into the 90s, this will pretty much all diagnose your ignition system. This is all brand new, never been out of the box. And I don't have a car with this type of ignition system right now to try it out on, but eventually, if I buy one, I will. But I've used these in the past. I had friends that had one of these that I used to borrow and use, and so when I saw this in the estate sale, like I say, it has all the manuals and everything. This is like a spark tester doohickey. So yeah, so this is, like I say, this was a $5 estate sales find. So if you have a GM HEI or one of the Chryslers, even the lean burn systems, or the Ford that had the box on the fender well, that will test out all that stuff. So this is, and I did figure out how to use this. This is where you hook up between your generator and your battery, and then it'll show you the amps the generator is putting down, and you can load it with this resistor. And this is the volts of the generator, and that's the amps of the generator. And it has 16, 8, and 4, so you can do 6 or 12 volt cars. I don't know where you'd use the 4 volt scale, but that's all estate sale stuff. Everything pretty much all in there was estate sale finds. I think I paid $10 or $12. I actually got that for free. This was, I think, $5. I don't remember what I paid for that, maybe $15. I think I paid the most for this. I think I paid $25 for it, but I actually use this the most. You can check coils and magnetos and small engines like this generator you can test. It has a little thing in the little window so you can actually see the spark from it. That's what used the coil power test, and then when you turn this, it puts more or less power to the coil, and so you can kind of see what you're doing. This is the meter set. You have different tests, like coil 1 is this, or test 1. This is for zeroing with test 4 and 6, which is your condenser capacity and condenser series resistance. This is for meter scales set 2 and 3, which is distributor resistance and coil continuity, a volt thing. This is your condenser leak short. You push this in when you're switched to there with that hook to the condenser. I think that has to be plugged in. Now this plugs in and has a 7.5 volt battery in it. Most of the tests you don't need to plug it in. I don't know, I think the battery probably needs to be charged. Yeah, the little pilot lamp isn't coming on, so probably need to charge the battery. It's been a while since I've used it. But if you need, like I say, if you need to test coils or magnetos, those are the cat's meow for that. Mercotronic ignition tester. I've had it in other videos. A pretty dandy little unit. So, all right, let's look at other things I got. Was this generator? So we'll go over that here in a moment. All right, this is a Sears 1100 watt. This is the incorrect muffler. The original muffler would have bolted on there with the gasket. I probably have the correct muffler in my dad's basement amongst a bunch of stuff. This is the alternator data plate, like on that big 3000 watt one with the Wisconsin engine my dad has. It runs at 1800, though this one runs at 3600. It says it's 9.5 amps, 115 volts. The model number on this generator looks like it says 580.320411. The serial number looks like 023191, and again it's 1100 watts. This is a Tecumseh engine, and the numbers for the engine: 143611047 is the model number, and the serial number is 10040. Now I'm going to assume this is probably from the early 70s. This guy had old Craftsman snowblower that was from the early 70s that was really nice, that, you know, I would have bought if it wasn't so old. The older stuff is just stuff like, you know, unless people collect it, the old snowblowers, yeah, they're just hard to sell, so I just stay away from them. I saw a couple of them yesterday, and this one today was in really nice shape, but I didn't need it, and I just passed on it. They wanted $75 for it, and they wanted originally $100 for this. Today was the 50% off day, so it was $50, and I gave him $40 for it. So he said it runs. Well, we'll see. That throttle is stuck as stuck can be. The choke is stuck as stuck can be. You know, it turns over and has compression, but it's just not a killer amount of compression, so I might have to grind the exhaust valve. These were known to burn the exhaust valve. So I always, when I go to estate sales and find this kind of stuff, you just assume it doesn't run. They tell you it runs or not. Well, it most likely doesn't, and he told me it runs, but when I do this and can't move it, that tells me it doesn't run. So he was just feeding me a line telling me it runs, and I haven't even looked in the fuel tank yet. Oh, it's actually really nice and clean down in there. I'll get my Bendalight and we'll shine it down. Yeah, we got a spotless fuel tank, which is rare for this air. So we got something good to work with, so I'm gonna probably have to rebuild the carburetor and put a new fuel hose on it, which is no big deal. I buy that stuff by the roll. I have carb kits. I have points condenser. Like I say, probably up at my dad's I have the correct muffler. So I'll do another video on getting that going. These were the snowmobiles I was going after at that estate sale. That was a 71 Skidoo. That was a 1970 Skidoo. That was the 70 Skidoo, and that was the 70 Skidoo. They originally had 150. They took 125. They sold the first day. I went on the last day, so they were totally worth it. I would have gone 125 or even 150 on that one. That was the one I was interested in, and just needed a good cleaning. It was in really good shape, all air, not beat up, no damage. Nice machine. It would have been a fun snowmobile to fix up and take up north to ride. That's what I use right there, estatesales.net, and you can adjust the settings so you can set it for wherever or whatever you want to look at and whatnot. So I usually go second or third days unless there's something I really feel like I can't live without. Then I'll go the first day, but usually if you can't find it, you know, if it's gone, I should say, you can find it at other estate sales. I've been looking for a walking foot sewing machine, and I've seen two in estate sales. One was sold, the other one was too beat up. just a little bit more about some of the estate sales I go to. I'm just going to add this in. There's some numbers on here too, 220679. So there's some more numbers on this unit. But anyway, sometimes you go to them that were really overpriced, and that was a couple of days ago. I went to one. They had a mid-90s Buick with 100,000 miles on it, dents and rust, that they wanted $5,000 for. A car that should be, you know, $1,200 to $1,800 if it's mint with, you know, 30, 40,000 miles. So yeah, you do run into them, and everything in the house is scaldingly overpriced. And those are the ones you just walk away from. So like I say, generally, if you see it at one estate sale, you'll see it at another. So I don't cry if I miss out on something or something's overpriced. I just walk away from it. And that's the best thing to do, because you'll always find something else, and often even better. So just don't fall in love with anything in an estate sale is the key. And I wouldn't have bought this other than I think I can get it running and, you know, make $50 or $100 on it. So, all right, well, that's it on today's estate sale stuff. Like I say, I'll do another separate video getting this thing running. I don't know. I mean, to me, this stuff is, you see so much of this stuff on YouTube that sometimes I think it's not worth the bother of, you know, showing how to rebuild these simple little carburetors. I could do those with my eyes closed. Or they're really super simple little engines. There's nothing to them. But I've had enough people ask me, why don't I do it? So I'll do it. Usually I pick these things up and get them going and resell them, and never even make any video of them. Cars I do videos of. Maybe I've done some tractors, put a new clutch in a international tractor. You know, you have to split the tractor in two, but it sounds hard, but it's really not. They're actually pretty easy to split apart and put a clutch in. So I never make videos on that stuff, because I always think that it's like stuff you can do with your eyes closed, and you know, really simple. But I guess, you know, I'll start doing some videos. I guess some people enjoy this stuff, so we'll make a video on getting that engine running. And again, this video is on my estate sale finds. Cabinet full of test equipment, all estate sale stuff, including the cabinet. And one other thing, this is 2018, and there's a 2006 calendar, and the dates today just happen to be the same, so I just left it in there. So anyway, thank you for watching my videos, and if you enjoy them, please subscribe to them.